Hi folks, and welcome to the Filmroomik channel again, and this time I want to show you a knife you might be acquainted with, because this was one of the first videos on this channel, was about this little one here, where I really grossly abused the blade. And actually this is the second video I started, because in the last I just cut myself because I redid the grind. The blade is made from spring steel, and since the scales they were originally made from elk antler, they felt a little bit awkward to me, so I put on some ebony scales, which I really find lovely. I love ebony with and it's got some brownish hue to it, which I don't know if you can see this. And also made really nice sturdy sheath, and I'm my own worst critic usually, but I think this is this worked out okay. And with a little hand forged angler, well, and the blade has some sort of snake engraved into it, and sort of recurve blade shape. It's got a selective temper to almost 0, and well, it is sharp. And I was carving sort of a handline. Haven't made it because I don't have a fishing license, so I don't think we'll ever use it, but I'd like to try out stuff, so I'm doing this. This is really H-Beach, because if anything involves a line or something, that's a good thing to do, to use hardwood, because this can really wear out the wood if you cut a fishing line. Starting with drilling with a tip, which is a test actually you should not, and you should be careful by doing if you're doing this, and don't apply a lot of force when drilling, by the way. And what you want to do is, you don't want to scrape, but you want to cut, and it's a little bit difficult with a grain going on, and you tend to break the fibers more than anything. But as I said, don't use a lot of force when drilling with the tip, because the tip is rather vulnerable, and well, I'm currently rediscovering a lot of the knives I made in them days, and actually they were pretty simple, and even if I put on some fancy engraving on this one, and the steel is rather simple, because, well, I get a lot of fancy knives, and but the thing is, I seem to have gotten something right with spring steel, and it's really I don't think it's something special in any way. It's not that I'm saying that's the next big thing, but given what I'm doing and how I'm using my knives, I find that I revert to these simple things more often than not, and well, I start to cut at an angle towards the end of the wood. See, I think when I got it wired myself, I found out how to best carve it. I will make a tutorial for you, so no worries. I'm doing this now just to test out whether it can be done with a knife. And as you can see, it can be done easily. This is really aged, really hard wood. It's some beech wood. And this is what I want to say. There are a lot of wonderful knives out there. There are steels out of the ball bearings on a space shuttle, and a lot of high-tech stuff that works. I think in a laboratory that works a cinch. That these things are really, from an engineering point of view, there's nothing better than something like Magna Cut or something. But on the other hand, if you work with a knife, you realize pretty soon that well, there's something as reality coming in, and that's not to say that all of these knives don't work, or you are wrong for enjoying them, or that's not to say. But I don't use my knives as a fetish. And I love knives. I do love them a lot, and I make them. I find them highly interesting from a cultural point of view. But I also use them as a tool, not a weapon, and not a fetish. It's not my religion, and I like my knives a little bit shiny, and that's not what I'm saying. And but you pretty soon realize what works and what doesn't if you're using your knives in the woods, and for everyday things, and for making good things, for carving, for snacking, for cooking, for harvesting stuff, for pruning, for what have you, and then you realize, well, that Magna Cut blade with a 6mm spine might be not working as much as a humble Mora, and not working as good as a humble Mora, and given that I'm constantly in one for funds, and if you can afford to buy yourself a Magna Cut knife or any other knife, and I'm not saying that they don't work or work, they just don't work for me, for what I am doing, and or not in a way that I would say, well, I will spend 300 euros on a knife because that's a Magna Cut knife. There's no such thing as the Excalibur sorcery steel, because you need to keep in mind what your knife is for. And personally, and this is just my humble opinion and my experience, I find that these humble knives that I made ages ago, because I I also fell for it. You know, it's not that I'm a know-it-all and I'm holier than thou or something. It's that in my experience, and I have actually done silly things too. With I bought a lot of shrapnels, tactical shrapnels myself, and felt good, and I don't regret it any. But well, and when I take these into the woods, I find they don't work as good, and that's frustrating. And so I end up using knives that are actually quite simple. And blimey, this wood is rather hard. But as you can see, good. No, that's halfway right now. Not fair. That's aged beechwood too. So just wanted to show off a little bit. I'll take spring steel knives more often than not into the woods, and well, this one has more than proven its stability and prowess, and I will continue to carve this at a later occasion. This is what I want to say. So it's pretty strange. The older I get, the simpler my knives get, and love my Moras, and because well, they work, and this is something that's something that I find strange, and well. But I hope you like the knife, you like that it's still around, and that you were entertained a little bit by getting an update on whether or not it is still existent. It is. It stood a lot of abuse, and now it's in its retirement phase, because it's only betoning knotted hardwood. Well, I did some pretty daft things with this, so this might indeed be a retirement for it. But it's still going strong. Love it, actually. Must have done something right with it. Also like the sheath, because I had relatively great luck with the leather which was given to me by a friend, and this was really top notch, and hot waxed it. It's pretty hard. Hardened it with a soda alcohol concoction, and beeswax and other substances. So it is almost like Kydex. Keeps the knife in really well, if you don't overdo it, obviously. But well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Enjoy the forest and take good care. Stay sane and healthy, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.